So there I am, first day in the actual real company office, looking at the computer screen with this MATLAB thing in front of my face, trying to make sense of it. And I go like, hold the phone. This is just like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's actually a little bit simpler than Pirates of the Caribbean. So actually I got off to a running start there. That was the original Sea Dogs game, which I think a lot of your viewers will be familiar with. What I understand, it was like the first 3D pirate game ever. It's kind of similar to Sid Meier's Pirates, but 3D. And yeah, so from what I understand, the original Sea Dogs was in gameplay somewhat similar to Sid Meier's Pirates, but the first 3D game. So it was quite an innovative game. And then was, from what I understand, I never played it, but I heard a lot of positive things about it. So from what I understand, it was quite well received, quite a popular game. And so a sequel was being made, which was obviously going to be called Sea Dogs 2. It was never released in the Western world as Sea Dogs 2, but while that was being made, there were Russian modders, Western modders working together. And I think they called themselves the League of Independent Buccaneers. They had this community that they called LAB Island. And that's what I hear from it. And apparently they had just a tremendous fun, just had laughs all over the place. Then at some point they got word that Sea Dogs 2 was going to be renamed to Pirates of the Caribbean to tie in with the Disney Curse of the Black Pearl movie. I'm not entirely sure what their response was, but I do know that by the time the game was released, they were a bit disappointed that there wasn't a lot of support for the game. And then I heard that there was a Pirates of the Caribbean game. I thought, oh, might be interesting at some point. And then one day, a year later, maybe a year later or so, I was in a toy store and I saw the original Pirates of the Caribbean game in basically a bargain bin. I think when it was released, it was like 40, 50 euros, or maybe guilders still at the time. Now it must have been euros. But already a year later, the price had dropped to 15 euros, 15, which is quite a shocking price drop in that amount of time. So clearly the game was not very well received, but I thought it might be interesting. So a community website for everybody who wanted to do modding on the original Pirates of the Caribbean game. And though we, over the years, we expanded to do other things for a while as well, and we kept up with the new pirate games, and we've done modding for some of the newer pirate games as well. But on the whole, we started as a Pirates of the Caribbean game modding support and modding community, and that's what we still are today, primarily. That's basically how it started. That was so it was in the time of Keith and William, and there were a whole bunch of other cool people there. Like the main person who was doing the actual modding and combining all the mods from people was Nathan Kell, the great Nathan Kell, as I like to call him. There were also such great people as Tagar. I think he was from Scandinavia. He wasn't one of the modders, but he was always keeping the community together, getting all the latest news. Then there was Catalina the Pirate. She was a big moderator. She always kept the atmosphere happy and always ensuring that there was plenty of laughs to go around. So then for me, myself, I actually came from the Virtual Sailor community, which was a community for a sailing simulator where you could make your own 3D ships and put them in. At some point, we were in touch with also the Russian community, and I think it was Alexis Bay at the time, and he gave us permission to use the resources that they made for their Russian Pirates of the Caribbean mod. So obviously we're very grateful for that. And one of the things they did was they made a world map that actually approximates the real Caribbean world map instead of like a fantasy world. And build 13, we added that one in. So seaward.ru, thank you very much for that one and everything else, but also that one. when I started, when I had to do my final thesis of my university level education, I went to do it at the Maritime Research Institute in the Netherlands. And when I did my job interview for them, it was a thesis. My supervisor there asked me, "So, Peter, are you familiar with MATLAB?" My response was literally, what? Yeah, it's a programming thing. Don't worry about it. You'll get used to it. So there I am, first day in the actual real company office, looking at the computer screen with this MATLAB thing in front of my face, trying to make sense of it. And I go like, hold the phone. This is just like Pirates of the Caribbean. It's actually a little bit simpler than Pirates of the Caribbean. So actually, I got off to a running start there.